another episode of Diaries of a Working Couple. I'm Jamie.
And I'm Chris.
And in honor of the Powerball being so ridiculously high recently, my fun fact is that there were lotteries noted in US history all the way back to the time of like the 13 colonies, but it was super corrupt. So by 1890, all states had banned lottery games, I guess, except for Delaware and Louisiana.
Interesting. I was hoping for a way better fact. I'm so sorry. I know I see the disappointment in your face.
You know what? That's fine. We're just going to stop this and we're going to start over because obviously my facts aren't good enough anymore.
It's okay. It's okay.
Listen, if you want me to just have random facts, that's great. But when you give me a specific topic and give me 5 minutes to look something up.
What percentage of people go bankrupt after winning the lottery? That would have been a good fact.
I'm sorry, I didn't think of that in the 5 minutes you gave me. My apologies, sir.
It's okay.
You know, I get up this morning, I make him waffles, I make coffee, I do everything I can to make sure he has a good morning, and this is what I get.
Just the stare down. It's okay. I threw you off by giving you a topic.
Yeah, and 5 minutes.
Yeah, you know, I had some time because I had to go change my shirt and get some coffee, and
5 minutes.
it's okay.
5 minutes.
Wow, this is just an epic start.
You're doing great, babe.
I'm still trying to wake up. I haven't even had my coffee yet.
Neither have I. Mine's just been sitting here.
Yeah, I'm waiting for mine to cool down. It's fresh out the pot.
Bummer.
Yeah.
Bummer.
So what are you drinking today?
Coffee.
Just coffee. We just got some drip coffee here.
Yeah.
But what kind of creamer did you put in there?
I use the Chobani creamer. The one we have now is a sweet cream, but it's pretty good. I feel like it's not as overly sweet as some creamers can be.
I do not like the Chobani French vanilla creamer. I tried it.
Is it because it's not sweet enough?
I don't know. I just thought it had like a weird aftertaste or something to it.
I don't know. I feel like the Coffee Mate creamer that we normally get is just, I don't want to say overly sweet, but it's definitely more. Wow.
No, it's definitely like way too sweet. I don't think I should use Coffee Mate anymore just because all of those types of creamers are not really good for you, but you know, I'm going to splurge. I am on a huge Coffee Mate mocha kick.
Yeah,
right
you're
now.
on a mocha kick, and it's really annoying because they don't sell mocha in a large bottle.
Why not?
I don't know. You got to take it up with them.
I have to say that
Coffee
it's probably
Mate,
one of the best
get
creamers.
at us.
Yeah, Coffee Mate, start making some big old jugs of this mocha creamer because it is so good, but you only sell the itsy bitsy bottles, and that only gets me through like a week's worth of coffee.
Yeah, it is frustrating. Although it doesn't take up as much space in the fridge, which is nice. I just have to constantly buy more. I don't know.
We do need to add that to the shopping list because we are running low.
I'll add it after this.
Are you going shopping after this?
Well, I do have to go shopping at some point today because we have no food for this week.
Yeah. So this is the week before Thanksgiving.
This is the week before Thanksgiving. But we also had Supriya and Rena and Dominic over Wednesday.
Yeah.
And they introduced us to a game called Munchkins, which was a lot of fun.
It is super fun. I am excited to play it again in the future.
I am as well. It was a lot of fun. It was very interesting to try and play because it was almost like a gateway into role-playing games, but it was easier, I feel like, because you didn't have to be super creative. Like, I feel like with like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff like that, you have to be like super like creative and know what's going on
And I
and
feel like
kind of keep track.
you have to know like a lot of the lore and stuff.
Yeah.
And like I don't have any knowledge when it comes to different, I don't know, like D&D classes and races and stuff like that, but like, the game kind of simplified everything. And
Yeah, it was really nice because everything was in on cards, and if you didn't have the cards, then you didn't really know about it, or you didn't need to know about it. It was very interesting and very helpful, and it was a lot of fun.
it turns out they have a lot of different versions, like the Rick and Morty version.
Yes, once Rena and Dominic left, Sapria stayed and showed us the Rick and Morty version, which was very interesting. I liked that one a lot more because it had a lot more situational points.
Yeah, and I
And
didn't even take advantage of that. Like, I had a card that said if you were playing on a wooden floor, like, you get an extra 2 points or attack or whatever. And, like, I didn't even pay attention.
yeah.
But I destroyed
Oh my
everybody
gosh.
in the Rick and Morty one because
That's
I had
because you had
so many.
Unity
Yeah, I had so many.
allies.
Yeah, pretty much cards that just add power to yourself. I just had so many of them, and
Cards that help you attack other
according
things.
to Sapria, it's quite unusual to have that situation occur. But man, I was unstoppable.
He was. It was really annoying because we even tried at the very end. Ugh.
There was no way.
We tried. We tried real hard. But it is what it is. But it was a lot of fun. It was very interesting. I very much enjoyed it. And I think that will be something we might add to our collection.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you're gonna add Munchkins to the collection.
At some point.
I think it's definitely a different game compared to games that like you typically play with your family.
A lot of the games we play with our family are more like strategy, thinking games,
Or
like
trivia
I
games.
love our trivia
I
games.
hate trivia games because my knowledge of pop culture and history and geography and all these other topics that are in these games are terrible.
Yeah. Like there's one game called Smartass.
I hate
Which-
that one.
I love that one just because it makes you think. It's very interesting.
That's the one where they start slowly hinting towards what the answer is.
Yeah, it's
I
like
never get it.
I am a thing or I am a person. I do this. I do this. I was invented now and
I think the only way that I get it is that if somebody is out, right? If you're smartass or whatever, you can't participate for 1 or 2.
yeah, there's like a thing where you can't participate for a round.
Yeah, like so
or-
if somebody's not participating for a round and then like the other 2 people that are playing also guess super early and get it wrong, that's the only time that I have a chance at all of guessing what it is. And
Yeah.
I forget what the topics are, but there's only one topic that like I would even have a shot at. But
It's person, place, thing. I
yeah,
think.
thing is the only thing that I would have a shot at because I don't know anything about people or places. So
But no, that I like the trivia ones just because it's like it makes you think. But Chris is not a fan of those. So that's why we play more strategy games like Ticket to Ride. We played Munchkin, Secret Hitler, all that kind of fun stuff. So
that's another one.
I
It's deceit. Games of deceit are rough for me too.
yeah, you don't like lying.
I don't like lying because it gets your adrenaline pumping, or at least for me. Like I'm like sitting there all nervous and my heart's beating super fast. I accidentally drank out of Zach's cup when I was Secret Hitler.
Oh yeah, you were. You
Yeah,
did.
that one round, like the first round, I was so hesitant to play, and then I played. Of course, I get Hitler, and then I was so nervous that I was drinking out of Zach's cup. I still won that round.
You did.
But-
Because we didn't think you were Hitler.
Yeah,
But y'all were real sus down at that end of the table. But no, I think it would be good to like learn these different games and add them to our. I eventually want a toy chest in here or like a game chest.
yeah.
Yeah,
We do just have a stack of games in here.
Yeah.
So
I think it would be nice. But
Just another thing to add to the list.
it's okay. We'll get there. I mean, whenever we have kiddos, we'll have to reevaluate.
Yeah.
So.
Oh man, we missed out on ordering garage doors this week.
Yeah, I saw the stuff, and I was thinking about asking you when we were gonna order garage doors,
Yeah,
but I
next
didn't know if
week.
you'd already did it.
Maybe are you off tomorrow?
No, I work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oof. Hmm.
Next Wednesday I'm off, the 30th. If you want to go.
We'll see.
The 30th, you are in the office. And the following Friday, we are in Maryland for a wedding.
Yeah, we got quite a packed schedule these days.
We do. We're very popular, as I'm sure everyone knows.
Yeah.
But no, so Chris gave me the theme for today's fact because he wanted to talk about what we would do if we won the lottery.
Right? Yeah, like so the Powerball before the last one was like 1 billion or 1.2 billion, and that was like the highest Powerball. And I don't know if anybody won that one, but eventually like the last one was 2.1 billion dollars.
And how much did the guy end up getting? Because didn't only one guy win it?
Yeah, and it's so sad. Like literally it's the government winning the lottery
All the
anytime
money.
somebody wins the lottery because there's so much taken out for taxes. And then, of course, most people would take the lump sum, and you get penalized for that too. So I think after taxes, the guy won 2.1 billion pre-tax, and then I think it came out to like
I thought it was like 600.
yeah, it was like $600 or $800 million, which is just so sad. Like that's like over.
It's so sad
I mean-
how the poor man should have won $2 billion. Instead, he only got 600 million. That poor man. You're correct.
Yeah, I'm trying to look it up right now.
I can't even.
Yeah, a single ticket was sold for it, so that was like the biggest jackpot in history.
I can't even fathom having that much money. Like, what would you even do with all of that money? Like, I know you say you'd want to invest it. Now, I'd want to invest it, but that's still just so much money.
Yeah, so I think the first thing that would be interesting to talk about would be how would you distribute some of that money to family or friends or however you wanted to handle that.
So I feel as though parents, siblings, both mine and yours, I feel like grandparents as well, would probably get $1 million.
Okay, so let's say let's put a number on the lottery, right? So say we were these big $2.1 billion winners, but then after all the sins that the government does, they somehow end up with most of it, and then we get like let's say
500.
Okay, 500 million.
Make
500 million.
Nice and round.
Yep, perfect. So, you're saying that you want to give some, and I agree, to both of our parents, grandparents, and siblings. But I think that would come with some drama. I think that
drama.
I think that winning the lottery, even though it would be amazing money wise, and it would eliminate a lot of stress in a lot of people's lives if you win the lottery.
It wouldn't eliminate the stress. I feel like it would just shift it
to
a
exactly.
different part of your life.
Like it's going to change the stress to different types of stress.
Like the stress isn't going to be, oh my gosh, I'm not going to be able to afford my car payment. It's going to be, oh my gosh, how am I going to be able to get through Christmas dinner without someone asking me for
money,
a loan for a car?
Yep.
So, I don't know. I feel like that, and so I would give that all, but additionally, I would help kind of like pay off any like homes or like student loans or anything. Like not okay, so for example, my brother has student loans. I'd pay off the student loans and then be like, okay, here's your $1,000,000.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So like, um, grandma and pa, I'd probably be like, okay, like, let's, and this is gonna sound very extra because I am extra, but you know how like close your parents and grandparents live?
Are you gonna buy everybody a house here?
No, but I would like grandma and pa to be closer to mom and dad.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? They don't need like the big fancy home, but like get like a rancher or something in our neighborhood. So not
In
our,
your neighborhood?
like my parents'
Yeah,
neighborhood.
yeah, right. Your parents' neighborhood doesn't have any ranchers in there, but
But like closer. You know, a lot closer.
yeah.
Um
So then, okay, so that's a good situation. So you're saying that you would buy your grandparents on your mother's side a house
mhm.
that is closer to your parents,
Yep.
and then you're also additionally giving them $1,000,000, right?
Grandma, yes. I don't know about pa cuz I know he'd go spend it all on tools. So I
Okay.
think that might have to be like a
To
small
the couple, to the couple, you're giving them $1,000,000.
Yeah.
Okay. So then, what happens when like your grandparents on your dad's side catch wind of the fact that you only gave them $1,000,000, but you're pretty much giving your other grandparents $1.5 million because you're buying them a house as well, along with that. That could cause some drama too, right?
Well, if Grammy and Pappy want to move down and be right next to mom and dad, then sure. But I can't. I highly doubt that would happen.
Yeah.
I
So
highly doubt
how
that
many
would happen.
people is that? So that's
So-
two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 groups of people that we're giving $1,000,000 to. Then,
Yes.
between your grandparents, my grandparents, parents,
And
and
siblings.
So that is $8,000,000. Let's give that 10,000,000 with the additional house purchases that you mentioned.
Listen, you've
And-
been to Grandma and Pa's house.
I know. I'm not saying that I would say no to this. I mean, I think that it's a valid concern, and I think that we have a little bit of money in the budget at this point.
So
Now, would you give them the house in their name, or would you buy them a house, let them live there for free, but keep it in your name as an investment property?
I think I would buy it in my name. And
Our name.
our name. You asked if I would buy it in my name, okay? So I'm answering your question the way it was phrased. But I don't think I would put it in their name. And this is going to be like a real morbid turn. So I'm sorry. But
Oof.
it's one of those things. I feel like when you do have older family members pass away, you have like trying to figure out what all's going on with the property and everything that's in it and everything. And that would just kind of help mitigate a headache
Yeah.
at just one, you know what I mean? Like you have so much other stuff on your plate when that kind of stuff happens.
Also, if it's in their name, then technically the property is split among whoever their beneficiaries are, which are not you. I mean, it would be like your mom and any of your mom's siblings.
and Uncle Bill.
Yeah.
So
So,
and it's not that I wouldn't.
yeah, we really don't care about the money at this point, but
Speak of the devil. It's my mom.
yeah.
Sorry, Mom.
She
Going to
calls every
voicemail.
time we're recording.
She does.
probably.
She calls or texts a good chunk of the time when we're recording. So
Yeah. So $10 million. So now, oh, man, we're down to $490 million. And we this is like, this is first year of us winning the lottery, and we're already down to $490 million. Or first few weeks of owning this money, we're already spent $10 million.
I would also have people come in and redo our kitchen.
Okay, so now you're off the family members topic, but I don't want to go off of that topic yet. Because we're not getting into how we would spend that money yet.
I know.
Okay, so what about aunts and uncles?
What
What about cousins? See, like this
See,
is a hard. It's a controversial topic, right? Because where do you stop? And then like wherever you make that breaking point of where you're stopping dispersing money, it's like that's gonna also cause a ton of drama. So like my mom has siblings, four siblings,
yeah.
four siblings.
Yeah. Chris, Jen, Mike, and Jim.
Yeah. So, you know, she has four siblings, but like I'm very close to one of her siblings. So like, you know, if I were a lottery winner and I were to extend one of my mom's siblings also, you know, $1 million or whatever, I'm sure that would blow up significantly, you know,
It
if
would.
any of the other siblings find out that this money was handed over.
So it would, and I feel like it's one of those things that if you were to give one of them something, your mom would almost guilt you into giving everyone else money as well.
Yeah, it's a tough problem. I actually
could-
brought this up to my mom.
I could definitely see your mom taking the moral route and be like, "Well, you can't give one to one and not to the other." And it's like, I don't know, growing up, did you ever have your parents say, "Well, life's not fair," whenever you're like, "It's not fair. So and so got to do this and I didn't get to." And it's like, "Okay, well, life's not fair."
Yeah,
Or
I don't know. I don't know if they were ever that like blunt with me. I don't know.
but it's like that, or like you don't need to worry about what everyone else is doing. You just need to worry about what you're doing right now. Like,
So you're saying that it would be okay to give the one person and not the others?
I'm saying that at this point, if they don't know life isn't fair, they're gonna have to get it through their head.
See, but then like, okay, so now like we're a married couple, and if I were to extend, you know, $1 million to one of my mom's siblings, then like really, you know, I could see like everybody else getting mad knowing that, and then let's say that okay, now we're taking the life is fair route, right? Where we're just we gave 1 million to somebody to one of my mom's siblings, but then that means that every aunt and uncle we have to give 1 million. It's like that is now like an additional like 20 million or whatever between your family and my family.
And then that also you have to worry about. Okay, so you have Aunt Debbie. Would Aunt Debbie get some because she's not blood related, but she's still one of your aunts? Same with Uncle Dave, Chuck's dad. He's not blood related. He's Jane's husband, but after Jane passed, he's not like really have a strong link to the family. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's not like we just have a lot of straightforward, easy.
Yeah,
questions.
I can just see a lot of stress coming along with a lot of these decisions.
And that's why I say no to doing the blanket rule. But if you have someone that you are close with, I don't see it being a problem.
I could see you definitely handing out a lot of money to people just because that's who you are.
I know. I'm sorry.
It would be really like
reckless.
You would get like, you know, an email from the Nigerian prince, and then you would be like, "Oh no, the Nigerian prince needs me. He personally reached out to me, and I need to supply him with some money."
No, I wouldn't do that.
Or the online veteran
Okay,
scam.
listen. I feel bad for those who serve our country. They go through a lot, okay?
They do.
And that's how you get
It's
to
a
me.
messed up world
It
where
is.
people use fake veteran stories to try and scam people out of money online.
I know.
But Jamie almost fell victim to that.
I almost did. But I just listen, I'm a bleeding heart, okay?
So first thing, that's a good point. Like we didn't even talk about like what's the first thing that we would do if we had the winning ticket in our hand. And it's like first thing, and I think this is like the basics to winning the lottery, but like lawyer up.
Yeah.
You go out and seek a really, really good lawyer.
Wait, hold on. I want to get back to the family thing. Because I have a question.
Okay,
about like
one more thing. So it's just lawyer and then an accountant, right? Or like
a
you
financial
find a good
advisor or
financial
something.
advisor, and then that's it. Okay. Anyway, back to family.
Sorry, what about cousins? Because I know aunts and uncles are one thing, but how would you feel? Because reason I ask is because we're closer with cousins than we are with aunt and uncles because they're our same age.
Yeah, I mean that's again like I have like probably 12 cousins, right? Or whatever on our family, and you have a decent amount on yours too, and it's just
That's true.
it's where do you stop, right? You know, we could blow through 100 million real quick going through whole family and everything.
I don't like them that much.
And, you got to find a spot that you feel comfortable stopping at distributing and being okay with some of the drama that's going to be associated with that.
I know, but it just makes me feel bad because I know like there are some people, like some cousins, I would have no problem like lumping them in with like a okay, I'll give you 1 million. But then I have other cousins and family members that I'm like, no, just no. So it's like, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like I know it's more difficult, especially when you take into like all the family dynamics and everything, but
Yeah.
like I don't know. I just didn't know cuz I would take the life isn't fair route.
Yeah.
And I know that would cause drama, but I am tired of being the butt of everyone's jokes on my one
Oof.
side of the family, so
Oof. Yeah. Watch out. If she wins the lottery, no,
coming for you.
no money's coming your way. So let's get to the more fun part, right? What? Yeah. Yep. I see your eyes lighting up already. I see you pulling out your credit card.
Haha, very
What?
funny. Very funny.
So like, what are? So like, let's ignore tiny things. Like, yes, you would probably buy a whole library, of books. I mean, like, you would probably just have like such an Amazon shopping spree.
No, actually, you should not buy books off Amazon because they're selling them for less than what the um, author is selling or the publisher is selling them for. And so, because they're undercutting, a lot of bookstores are going out of business. So, you should buy local from bookstores instead of buying them, or buy directly from the author, or buy online at a bookstore instead of Amazon.
So you can spend more money and support the the writer.
Yeah.
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 That sounds good if you're really in the books. I'm just personally, I
well,
don't read, so I don't buy books either way.
I mean that's like just shopping local in general. Yeah, you're gonna pay a little more, but you're supporting the small businesses.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm off my soapbox now.
Okay. So what are some
Kitchen.
bigger purchases? Yeah.
Kitchen. I want to redo our kitchen. That would be that and a car. I would want to get a new car.
Yeah. What kind of car? If now there's like literally no budget, right?
I would probably get a big ol' SUV with 3 rows of seats.
So like a Traverse.
Maybe. I don't know. Like I don't like how big your dad's truck is, but I feel like that gives you the most space.
It does, yeah.
So, I don't know. But then I wouldn't be able to fit in the garage. But I don't think I'd be able to fit in the garage anyway with any
No.
3-seater or 3 rows of seats.
Would you keep this house?
Yeah, I like our house.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wouldn't you want to keep the house?
Yeah.
I'm not saying I wouldn't get a beach house.
We're not there yet. We're on our
But
house
no,
currently.
I like our house. I would finish our basement.
Yeah, it would definitely remove a lot of stress with working on the house because
I would
it would be nice to
refinish our
hire
basement.
people for everything.
We'd get it waterproofed finally. And then we'd be able to put our little speakeasy in. I really want to make that kind of like a man cave, like entertainment area.
The basement.
Yeah,
I think that will eventually become our main entertainment space because like right now our family room, ideally it sits like 5 people comfortably because we have a full-size couch and a love seat. You can bring in like a folding chair or something to make 6 people sit there, but like, during the holidays, it's like not everybody can sit in the same room just
Yeah.
because.
But it would be nice because once we put that bar up, we can have more people sitting at the bar.
Yeah.
So we can have more people watching TV, like a sports game or something.
Yeah.
So that'll be nice. I would get our attic finished up. Like put stairs in for the upstairs attic and put boards down.
Oh, wow. So you can store more crap?
Well, because it's going to have to get done eventually. So.
Store more crap.
But then,
I could see more Christmas and Halloween decorations coming.
We don't have a lot of Halloween decorations.
I took down like 3 bins from the attic.
Yeah, most of them are fall decorations that stay up from September through November.
Oh.
Not just Halloween.
That
was in there. Those were in there.
I mean, I put all those in the same category. So, okay, Halloween,
fall,
Thanksgiving, and fall are all the same category.
Yeah, because it's mostly fall. I only have one true Halloween bin, and that's just because most of the bin is this one large pumpkin figurine that I didn't put out this year. I would definitely... Let's see, we did car, kitchen, basement. Oh, and the deck. I'd redo the deck.
Yeah. Yeah, our deck needs to be redone.
And, excuse you, sir.
It's got a lot of raw wood that's rotting. And,
but I would do that and probably maybe redo our bathroom.
Yeah.
But that would be like a down the line thing because I don't have a need to redo it.
Get rid of the jacuzzi tub.
Unfortunately, yeah. I do think I'd still want a tub, but not like the big old jacuzzi one.
So what, you would get like a tub that's in the guest room?
Well, I'd really like to have one of those like clawfoot tubs.
What?
It's like a tub that just sits by itself, like an old school like porcelain.
Yeah.
Yeah, but one long enough that I could sit in and not like have to scrunch up in.
Yeah, and then we could actually get a water tank or a hot water heater that was large enough to fill it.
Yeah, that would also be nice.
Yeah, because I think I would use our tub a little more if I could fill it with hot water. But since it could only fill it with like
lukewarm water,
it's like Luke neutral. I don't know. Like it's not even like warm.
What about you? What would you do?
For the car, I'll probably get a Tesla.
Knew it.
Yep, that's just that's who I am.
Now, would you get a sedan or would you get like one of their like SUV bigger ones?
Probably get a Model S.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the sportier version.
Okay, so like a sedan
car.
kinda.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it would fit about the same as my current car.
Okay.
Does in terms of passengers and storage.
Okay.
Except I think they have I don't know where they store the batteries in a Tesla, but do they have a front and a back trunk?
You're asking the wrong person.
I don't know, but maybe you could store more luggage in there. I mean, we already fill my car up to the brim whenever we just go somewhere, just the two of us, because somebody likes to pack a lot of stuff.
That's usually because I have to bring gifts for the people that we are going to see.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, it's usually because we're going to a wedding or something.
Uh-huh. So, yeah, I don't know. There's, like, not a lot of things that I would just go off and buy. Like, I would buy a car. Maybe, like, new computer. Like, I would, like, build out a pretty sweet computer, even though mine's, like, pretty nice already. Definitely get some... I would buy a lot of, like, 3D printers and stuff. Like, fun hobby-esque
Where would
toys.
we put them? Would you have a new room?
I would just get
built
rid
on?
of I would just get rid of like
Oh.
stuff that I currently have and buy like nice printers instead of like kind of printers that you like DIY, make stuff to make them better.
The like $100 ones.
I would buy a one wheel.
Yeah?
I would.
You actually would. Would you use it?
I would, I think.
I don't know, because you sounded like last time we were talking, you were like, I don't know, because it's like dangerous and...
Man, I think it would be so much fun. I was talking to Barry about it yesterday when we were moving Aunt Mary's stuff out. I think I would get one.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see. I'm working on potentially getting a bonus at work for writing a patent. So if I can get that all straightened out, then I should get some fun money that maybe I
Noise.
can get one.
Noise.
Um,
Mm.
but anyway, I think I would actually. This is kind of interesting, but I would probably sell my motorcycles.
Really?
Yes.
Because you're getting a one wheel?
No. Totally unrelated to the one wheel stuff. No, no. Like this is saying we're still talking if we won the lottery.
I know.
Right. Okay.
I
Yeah.
know.
So I would sell my motorcycles
I was
because
assuming.
I think I would find other joys in life than riding my motorcycle that like I can't like right now I can't afford to do. Like things like we would travel a lot and do a bunch of stuff, like new stuff. What?
I was just going to ask because we had a conversation about buying things that bring you experiences versus buying experiences
Okay.
itself.
Let's
Would
go
that
back.
change?
Let's go back to that topic because it would change if we won the lottery. Because like right now, the way that I think is that I would prefer to buy items that provide experiences rather than buying experiences themselves. And the reason why I prefer that is because I can buy something that cost X amount, but then you have that item, and the longer that you spend on that item, the ratio of how much you paid per like hours of satisfaction out of it, is constantly changing to the point where you're getting more for your money the longer that you use that item. So, like, for example, a video game,
Right.
$50 or whatever, I spend 300 hours playing that. Where else can you spend $50 to get 300 hours of entertainment? But with unlimited money or, a large amount of money where, like, a $3,000 vacation or $5,000 vacation is, like, dropping a few pennies on the floor, I think that would change for me. I mean, I would rather give up some of my items that provide experiences like riding motorcycles because, generally that gives me a lot of satisfaction, but there's also a danger factor to that. And like now there's a lot of new things that I can experience in life that I wasn't able to before. So it's like I kind of want to remove that danger element out of my life and then like go experience all these new cool things.
Okay, so without money, you're totally okay with being dangerous because you're like, if I cut my life short, it's fine.
No,
But
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I might have dug myself into a hole here, but like, I don't know. Like, I like riding motorcycles. I think if we won the lottery and like I want to go off and do all these crazy cool things, like,
it's a different kind of thrill.
yeah, it's a different kind of thrill that like I would be willing to trade for.
That's fair.
But
My
yeah, we would definitely need to buy a beach house.
Absolutely. Preferably one in Bethany.
Yeah, and it's got to be big too because we got to be able to have family and friends down like all
Yes.
the time.
Do you think that would also cause issues?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All of this stuff is going to cause issues. And I
Well,
love how
'cause-
I'm saying it's going to cause issues like we already won the lottery. I wish we
Well,
did.
it's one of those things if you think about it, because I know that's why you don't want to buy like a beach house with friends or with family because
You always say that. You always say that I want to go in on a beach house with my family and stuff like that. But
I do because I would have this is going to sound bad. I want to go in on a beach house with my mom because I know whoever my mom would have down, I wouldn't have an issue with.
Yeah, I personally don't like to get into large investments like that with anybody.
I was
I
going to
don't-
say, and that's the other thing.
I don't
like,
want to like even if it like I'm not saying in particular like your family, like even my family or friends or anything. I don't want to have any large investments with anybody because I feel like
well,
everybody has differing opinions on things and it's going to add a ton of drama.
but that's the thing. So I know, and the reason I say I wouldn't mind getting into like getting a beach house with my mom is because knowing my mom, she's always going to double check with me and be like, hey, I'm going to do XYZ, just making sure that you're not, using the beach house then. And I'm usually like, oh yeah, like we're planning on doing XYZ. Whereas I've lived with roommates that don't let me know about these things, and then I just walk out and there's this random guy sitting at our kitchen table, and I'm like, that would have been good to know. Like, I don't know. I feel like if you get
That was such an odd, weird example.
so
but
it's weird because it's not like it's like I know my mom would be more considerate than other people I have lived with and shared spaces with that were not considerate.
yeah.
And so that's why I feel as though I wouldn't mind getting into it with my mom. But literally anyone else, I would be very hesitant.
Yeah. Yeah, so beach house would be a must.
Yes.
I'm assuming it would be at Bethany.
I
because-
would like it to be at Bethany just because that's my happy place.
Yeah.
Plus it's a good midway point between us here and my parents. So if we did do a family vacation,
Yeah.
it's not like we all got to drive excessively far. But yeah, I would like a
I
beach
think
house
I would-
at Bethany.
I'd probably keep it to 2 properties though, like a house and
A beach house.
a beach house.
You wouldn't want a cabin in the Poconos or a plot of land in West Virginia.
Probably not.
No.
No,
You don't want
like
to be neighbors with your brother.
with additional properties comes additional maintenance.
That is true.
And
That's
it's
a lot.
just like then you got to maintain all these properties. Say you do have 4 or 5 vacation properties, it gets overwhelming for one person to handle it. Plus, when that person has a lot of money, they're just gonna like, I would just spend money on somebody else to manage those properties. But then that comes with additional expenses because then they're going to be hiring people to fix things at all these
Yeah.
places, and it's just it all adds up.
Yeah.
And I'm sure all these rich executives at these companies that have all these vacation homes and stuff, they have tons of people that manage their properties, and as your income goes up, your monthly spendings go up too. So anyway, yeah, I mean, I can't actually think of I'm sure if we had the money in hand, I would be able to think of a bunch of stuff, or I would just buy a bunch of random small things. But
Would we be able to give Lava a play friend?
yeah, I would consider it. I would consider it. I right now.
Just think of another little bubble running around.
Because you always said you've said things about getting a second dog before, and I can't tell if you're joking or not. But
Well, it would be great because then they could both take up your side of the bed.
yeah. Well, the thing is though, right now we didn't win the lottery and we don't have a ton of money, so when we want to go on vacation
Yeah, I know.
or something like that, we depend on our parents to watch a dog. But I feel bad asking somebody to watch 2 dogs. It's totally different to
I
ask somebody to
understand.
watch 1 dog versus 2.
I understand. But if they're both like Bubba and they're so little and so sleepy,
How would you invest some of the money?
I would leave that up to you.
Yeah, Jamie's not much of an investor.
I do not know anything about investing. I have a general understanding of it, but I would not be any good at it. So
Yeah.
that's what we would use a financial advisor for.
Yeah, I mean, you could invest
I-
200 million of your 500 million, and you and your kids or whatever could live off of just the interest on that.
I would like to donate some of it. I feel like that would be a good just donate some of it every year.
Yeah, to what?
I don't know, different causes. Cancer research, homeless shelters, that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just
mean,
didn't know if you had any specific charities in mind.
No, unfortunately, some of the charities that are more well known are a little more corrupt.
Yeah,
So I would have to do more research into that to know of a specific charity, but but like donating to like a soup kitchen or a homeless shelter, being able to like take a bunch of like winter coats and socks and stuff like that to a homeless shelter in the winter.
Would you
Um,
donate any money back to any of the universities that you graduated from?
I might to Immaculata.
My answer would be absolutely not.
I
Drexel is not getting a dime more of my money.
I would not for Jefferson because I don't think Jefferson needs any donations.
Yeah.
I would probably donate back to IU. I don't know how much, but I would probably donate it specifically to the science department, the STEM program, just because that's where I was.
Yeah.
IU's not really known for a lot of their sciences. They're known for their nursing program, and they have a very large education program. But they don't have a lot of people in STEM.
Yeah.
So outside of nursing. So I think I would, if I did donate to them, it would go towards that.
So the last part of the conversation for the lottery stuff is how much do you think it would affect our relationship?
Wait, there is another question. Would you still work?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I would be so savage when it came to communications and stuff at work. Like, instead of playing the office politics game where, people with more experience than you and everything, like you try and respect that, and I don't know. I would just be a lot more savage and totally, let people know what's on my mind.
That's fair. I think I would still work.
Part-time.
I would do part-time. And I wouldn't have an issue going in and doing, it's going to sound bad, but like doing what I want to do and working where I want to work, because I love being in pharmacy and helping people. But sometimes I know there are different like rotations I've done where I feel like I'm doing so much more and making much more of a difference than other rotations I was at. So instead of being like a community pharmacist, maybe I would like go in 2 days a week to my job and be like, I'm gonna hold clinics for vaccines or blood pressure checks or something like that, and do something more along those lines.
Yeah. Would you open your own pharmacy?
I would not.
No.
I would not. I always thought it would be really nice to open my own pharmacy. However, now that I work for an independent, I do not envy my boss's job. Like,
Yeah.
it's a lot of the back end stuff. Now, I'm not saying I agree with how everything is handled. However, it's not my problem.
Yeah.
Not my job. My job is to be there to counsel patients, make sure they get the right medications.
But you could hire somebody to do the business end, and then you do the pharmacy end.
Yeah, I don't know.
And you could pay your techs a reasonable salary.
That's for sure.
You would probably have the best selection of techs because everybody would want to work for your pharmacy.
Yeah, because I try to be a good boss. But anyway. But yeah, or like if I did stop working, I'd like volunteer.
Yeah.
I know I would not be able to sit at home all day.
Yeah.
I would go nuts.
Though we would be vacationing a lot more than...
We would. That's why like I would definitely do part-time and stuff like that, but
spending time at the beach.
yeah. I wonder if Bubba likes a beach.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't think she would. You don't seem like a beach dog.
So do you think it would change our relationship?
I think it would, and I think it wouldn't. I think it would change it for the better. I feel as though we recently had to talk about finances off air.
Yeah.
Um,
It was,
and it was just one of those things. It was more eye opening and one of the more serious conversations we've had to have. Does that sound right? I guess so.
yeah.
And I can't say it put a strain on our relationship, but it definitely like it brought things into perspective, and I feel as though this would kind of take that aspect out of our relationship.
That's interesting.
However,
Yeah.
I do feel as though it would only help our relationship in the better if we went into it correctly the first time and didn't have to backtrack after we got the money and we were like, oh wait, we shouldn't be you know what I mean? Like you said, you lawyer up, get a financial advisor. So like say we jump in, and as long as we have that all sorted out and we're like, okay, this is how we're going to like adjust, like tackle everything,
Yeah.
I think it would be fine. Now if it was one of those things where we put a majority of it in our shared account and then a little bit in mine, a little bit in yours, and then it like kind of like blew up in our faces, then it would definitely be an issue. However, I feel as though since we've already had that conversation that we did previously and are currently on the same page, if we were on the same page at the start, like when we got the lump sum,
Yeah.
assuming that's what we would get, I feel like it would be a lot better than if we didn't and just kind of went about all willy-nilly. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't know. I would be scared.
I know you would be scared.
I would be scared if we won the lottery, for us, and not like, I don't know. Like I think that we would get. I could see us getting into a decent amount of fights over money, just because I would be more conservative with. I would want to make sure that there is no possible way that we could ever go
run
down. Run out of money, or that like our kids would not be set up for, you know, a good life. And like I could see your generosity
getting in the way.
getting not out of control.
You can
but
say it.
Like,
it's okay.
I'm
a bleeding heart. I understand.
I'm not saying I would get out of control, but like, and like, you know, it's probably something that I would have to lighten up on my side too of being conservative. But like, because like, what's the point of going to the grave with, you know, 300 million in the bank, right? You know, if you could have done something great with it, you know, you could have donated it to different research funds that could change the world and stuff like that. But instead, you know, I would be the guy who's going to the grave with, you know, this huge inheritance, I guess, that would go to our kids. But
so, and that's why I think it would be good if we did ever win the lottery to donate it. Not all of it, obviously.
I think that we would.
But
I think that we would need to work on a plan with a financial advisor to see. To pretty much budget it out for the rest of our lives, like.
But you know what I mean, like take a couple hundred and like, cause so that's what.
Couple hundred what?
Dollars?
Oh, I thought you were about to say just take a couple 100 million and donate it.
No.
I'm like, what?
No.
Where's all of our hypothetical money going?
No, I mean like, so like you take a couple $100 and you go and for a women's shelter, you buy a bunch of feminine products and stuff like that. Or you take a couple $100 and get socks and toiletries and things and donate to like a homeless shelter, or you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it has to be some massive thing where you know?
Yeah.
But like that gives me the sense of some, like, I feel like I did well for others. I felt like I was within my means and was able to give back to a community that I am a part of, even though I've not had to experience that. It's like I
Yeah.
can take what I have and help others with it. And that's why I feel like if we were able to do that, like just take a little bit every so often
Yeah.
and donate to like dog shelters or
Yeah, but see, this is something that you would work out with a financial advisor and be like, how much a year? If we would set a goal for, how much money do we want to have when we're X age, which is like pretty old, and like how much do we want to leave to our kids? And then like they would be able to somewhat predict, how well your investments and stuff would do, and then they could give you a number like, you could donate 5 million a year and like still reach your goal. So then like,
I wouldn't want so and that's the thing. I wouldn't want to donate like millions a year.
but what if
Like
you could? And it wouldn't change the outcome of your kids still being set up for a great life and you still have everything you want in your life.
I like to me that's unfathomable.
I know it's hard to think about, but
It's like
like I was saying, like, we would work all this out with a financial
yeah.
advisor, and then like you would have a budget for that year of what you could donate. So then you could be like, okay, well, I want to donate these products to a women's shelter or whatever, and that's just going to come out of that $5 million that you have to donate, and you just can't borrow any more than the $5 million.
But you know what I mean? Like that's I feel like that would I feel like if we did that, I can't say it would like curb my bleeding heartness, but I feel like I being able to do that, I wouldn't feel as much of a need to I don't know. It's gonna sound bad, but like be as reckless because I like helping others. I like being able to like do things for others,
Yeah,
and I feel like being able to do that would help satisfy that need,
yeah,
which would make it better in the long run. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's hard to explain,
yeah.
but I do have another question.
Okay.
Would you tell our kids
I was just thinking that in my head. Wow, like we just
um
passed that message around in between our heads first
like
before we.
kids or grandkids because okay, say we have okay, hypothetically, we have $500 million.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, you said we'd want to figure out we want to have X money, but like if we're going to keep investing it and doing well, you'd want to make sure like our kids and grandkids would be set up so they don't have to worry about anything, but at the same time would you tell them they don't have to worry about anything? Or would you still be like, "No, you got to work through high school, you got to help pay off your college, you got to."
Ideally, I would want our kids to grow up exactly the way we did, like where they don't know anything about our finances. Yeah, we might have two nice cars, but still, like, they want something when we go to the store, maybe on Christmas.
Yeah.
Maybe you could splurge a little extra on Christmas and stuff like that, but I feel like I would still want our kids to grow up like working at 15 like I did, and like, working part-time jobs through college and everything. And then when they get older to where they're like at our point in life, right? Or they have an understanding for what's going on in the world. They work their own jobs. They're making in their own money and everything. You could potentially tell them a little more about your financial situation. Though I could see that being a tough topic too, because like imagine my parents coming to me now and being like, just wanted to let you know, like we won the lottery 15 years ago and we have enough money for like, you know, to buy like the whole state of Pennsylvania. Like they have so much money or whatever. Then like I guess I
I
guess
don't
I would understand, but at the same time I would be like, you know, like things could have been a little easier, like buying a house, oh, it would have been nice to like get all our windows done in our house so that way we don't have like leaking windows and stuff.
Yes, but at the same time, if you think about it, like that's your parents' money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not it we're at the age where they don't owe us anything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not like they bought us this house, they need to make sure it's okay. We're not children that need to be looked after.
It would just
Although
be a little shocking, I feel like.
it would be shocking, but if they come to you when you're at the right maturity level,
Yeah.
I feel like it would be very different than if they went to you when you were like 18 or 19. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
then you'd be like, oh, this is great because you're still technically under their roof. You don't have your own job, but like we have our own jobs. We have our own house. We have our own little bubba. And I feel like
Well, by the
if
time our kids are, 20 or whatever,
They're
little
never
Bubba's not going to exist.
I love our little bubba. We'll have a new little bubba.
Sorry, Lava.
Listen, Daddy said it, not me. You're always going to be around.
Yeah, we'll get you cloned.
But you know
With
what I
all
mean?
our
Like if my
lottery
parents
monies.
came to me and were like, yeah, we won the lottery, like 15 years ago and we have all this money, I don't think I would be upset about
Not knowing.
not knowing. Like I would be, but not, I wouldn't be upset for me. I feel like there are other things that, I mean, it's gonna depend on everything, but I feel like looking back, if this were the case, there were other things I could have like used the money for that were better fit
Yeah.
than what they decided to like save for or whatever. But that doesn't mean I would be like super mad about it. I'd be like, yo, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I would still try to get a vacation out of it though.
Yeah.
I'd be like, so when y'all taking us to Sandals?
Yeah. So,
But
overall, it seems like winning the lottery would be stressful, but it would be pretty great, too.
it would be pretty cool. Not gonna lie, it would be pretty cool.
I wouldn't mind a new Tesla. I wouldn't mind having windows didn't leak in the house.
A one wheel.
One wheel. That might come with or without the lottery. We'll see.
I want you to understand, if you do get a one wheel, I'm gonna make you wear a helmet and elbow pads and knee pads and all of your leathers like you wear for or not leathers, but your like stuff for your motorcycle.
I won't do that, but I will. I definitely would wear a helmet, and I would definitely wear wrist guards. I think wrist guards are like 100% necessary.
I would
like,
also appreciate it if you wore your motorcycle jacket, because if you're going
probably not. No.
if you're going 20 miles an hour and you get knocked off the thing,
20 miles an hour. I don't know. I wonder how fast I can run. Because some
not
people,
20 miles an hour.
20 miles an hour is the fastest it'll go, though. Like, that's like pushing it to the limit. So, like, realistically, you're like, when you're just cruising, you're probably going like 15 miles an hour. So, like, 15 miles an hour, I could probably run like 12 ish. So, like, there's a possibility that if it were to cut out or whatever, like, I could run it out. Or, I used to skateboard a lot and stuff like that. So, like, falling is something that I'm pretty used to. But
You've gotten pretty good at.
seriously, there is a skill behind falling. Anyway, we're so way off topic. We can talk about this later. Actually, I have a topic that I want to talk to you about for the next recording, but
Okay.
we'll talk about that after we wrap this up. If you have any stories about winning the lottery, no.
Yes, if you have won the lottery, why
if you
can't I
won,
say it?
if you won the lottery and you're listening to this,
Please
please
hit us up.
contact us.
No, if you honestly, I have won the lottery. I won a scratch off.
You did.
I
Yeah.
did. It was like $2.
Yeah.
But no, if you guys have any cocktail recipes, any food recipes, send them our way. If you have any topics you want to hear us discuss, any opinions that you want us to give, or like any topics you want us to give our opinions on,
Diaries of a Working Couple at gmail.com.
or slide into our DMs.
at Diaries of a Working Couple.
on Instagram. Maybe you guys will get a surprise and I'll post again on Instagram. Maybe
Maybe I'll post one photo like once every 6 months.
TBD. Okay, we'll see. I'm not good at this Instagramming stuff, but we'll figure it out. But yeah.
All right.
Otherwise, we will catch y'all later.
Thanks for listening.
Bye, guys.
See ya.